Hello, hello. Welcome to the Odds on Bundesliga. We are here to analyze match day 2 with our Bundesliga expert, Radek Vegas. Before I say hello to him, I would like to start congratulating him because he absolutely nailed his 𝐿𝐴CCA on match day 1. And you can tell how many people you made happy, Radek, by reading on the comments on the previous show. So how are you, Radek?
Yeah, I'm very happy that it worked out. A very good start into the season. And yeah, let's keep on making money, hopefully.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, what you can expect in the next half an hour or so is tips and predictions for all 9 games of match day 2 in Bundesliga. And by the end of the show, Radek will share with you his safe bet and also his 𝐿𝐴CCA. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder for you to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell for all the latest uploads. And of course, guys, we do love to do these shows on European leagues, Champions League, Europa League, South American competitions like Copa Libertadores, but also do not forget to watch and to give some love to the betting academy videos in our channel, which are also a very useful learning tool. Radek, match day 2, first game we dig into is Freiburg at home against Borussia Dortmund. First stop then is Europa Park. We saw a solid start from both in match day 1. Well, solid and convincing for Freiburg, I would say, mostly with the second half in which they ran riot. All goals scored in the second half. Matthias Ginter celebrated on his return to the club as well. And for Dortmund, Radek, I don't know how much convincing that win with Leverkusen was. It wasn't a great game, actually, altogether. For me, the best time of the game was by the end when Lukas Hradecky, the goalkeeper, the Leverkusen goalkeeper, saw a red card, and we saw the center back 𝐜𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿 going in goal. Do you think that this Freiburg Dortmund would be tighter than what the bookies believe so far, which is Dortmund favorite is 2.32 and Freiburg 3.20?
No, I expect it to be more clear because if you get odds on Borussia Dortmund that high of 2.3,
yeah,
that is a very good situation. And you're right in everything. Dortmund is struggling a lot with their strikers, as Haller is out because he has cancer, which is terrible. And now Ademi also is injured. But yeah, the team is still good enough. They are really high, good motivated. The defense is good, which was always a problem last year. Now they didn't get a goal against Leverkusen, which has also great scoring potential. And I think the odds on Dortmund are still good with 2.3. As we saw Freiburg beating one of the worst teams in the league with Augsburg, and Dortmund was beating in a very complicated situation one of the best teams in the league with Leverkusen. So I think, at the end, Dortmund should win this game. Probably you all know that Dortmund has had problems in the past in Freiburg because it's always difficult to play in Freiburg because small stadium and good audience, and the Freiburg team is used to play at home very dynamically. But at the end, I like the odds on Dortmund, and I would say this is one of our first games for the 𝐿𝐴CCA at the end with Dortmund Asian Handicap 0, which was my safe bet last game day.
Exactly.
And I also tend to bet on Dortmund Asian Handicap 0 in this game. Means if there's a draw, we get our money back, and Dortmund should not lose this game. And if they win, we have odds of 1.6, and we will combine this with other bets like this. And then, let's see.
Perfect. So Asian Handicap 0 for Dortmund in our first game, Freiburg at home against Borussia Dortmund. Radek, you spoke last show about Patrick Schick, how he has absolutely everything to replace Lewandowski as a point of reference for Bundesliga. I'm mentioning Patrick Schick because our second game to analyze, to predict, to listen to your tips and predictions is Bayer Leverkusen at home against Augsburg. It was actually rare to see him, Schick, missing a great opportunity to equalize against Dortmund, although there was some great goalkeeping, I should say, from 𝐿𝐴𝐵. Anyway, to play Augsburg at home, how poor they were against Freiburg, I believe is a great opportunity for him for redemption. Is Asian handicap market the one to look here because such an uneven contest, or how is your view?
Yeah, it's kind of the other game. Both teams lost against the first game contenders. Leverkusen lost against Dortmund and Augsburg lost against Freiburg. Yeah. So now they are competing directly against each other. And we have some points which makes me believe that this will be a clear thing, as Leverkusen has still a great team. Losing against Dortmund 0-1 at Dortmund is not that bad, so could have been higher, even as you mentioned that Radetzky saw the red card in the last minutes, and they will miss him in this game for sure. But Augsburg, I said it before, and I think they will struggle most in this season. And so for me, it's a clear win for Leverkusen at home. But the odds are really bad. It's kind of realistic, 1.35 best odds on a Leverkusen win. So this is no option. And betting Asian handicap minus 1.5 here is only 1.9 around. So this is also bad. If the odds on three-way bets are bad, I don't even look at Asian handicaps to make the odds higher, because you can't find value there. And so sure, you can maybe, if you are into combining two favorite bets, Leverkusen could be one winner in this double bet maybe, but I won't bet at this game as I see no value here.
Perfect. No value here on Leverkusen Augsburg. So then we move on to the next one. Radek, I still cannot decide which team needs the 3 points the most. Hertha, who lost the derby with Union Berlin 3-1, or Eintracht Frankfurt, that was made kind of a laughing stock by Bayern. I know that both teams to score market could be at times a difficult shot, because to predict or to expect something from one team is already difficult, but to do it from two teams in the same match is even a little bit more difficult. But these are two teams, and when losing, they seem, at least most of the time, to find the way to have a say in the score line. And also when they play each other home or away, they also both tend to find the net. Both teams to score here is at 1.66, but I would like to hear your views on this one.
Yeah, I rarely bet on both teams to score, as you mentioned, because you're always dependent on both teams to score. And I like it more to be only on one team. So if I favor, for example, Hertha in this game, I come to this later, why? And I won't bet against them getting a goal. And the other point is that we are seeing two really bad teams here, and which have no self-confidence after the first game day. And the goal Frankfurt was scoring against Bayern Munich was only because Manuel Neuer made a mistake, a complete insane mistake. And that's why betting both teams to score in a bad game is the worst thing you can do. And at the end, even if both teams score, it was not a good bet, because you only get odds of 1.6. And on the other hand, it's possible to bet on both teams to score no. You get odds of 2.4 here, and this could be an option, but it's not my favorite bet, because I think in this game we have really interesting situation as today, as we record this video, Frankfurt is facing Real Madrid at Helsinki in Finland, where they're playing the European Super Cup. After they lost against Bayern Munich, they have to play against another huge team, which will destroy them. And even if they have a chance, they must play 200% of their capability, and they will be exhausted on Saturday, and they can't concentrate on the game against Hertha. And this can be the great advantage of Hertha. Additional to that, Hertha is playing at home, and they are the underdog in this game. That's why I like betting on Hertha here, with an Asian handicap of plus 0.25 means if there's a draw, we only win half of the bet amount, and the odds are 1.9. But I would also, maybe add Hertha double chance into an 𝐿𝐴. That means if they draw or Hertha wins, we win the bet, and the odds on Hertha double chance are 1.65, and this is okay for 𝐿𝐴 at the end.
Perfect. So that was Hertha Eintracht Frankfurt. The next fixture, Radek, is Hoffenheim at home with Bochum. For Hoffenheim was an eventful defeat against Gladbach, because they managed to get a center back off after 19 minutes. With 10 men, they found the way to open the score, but in the end, they finally collapsed in the second half. Hoffenheim is at 1.6, but we can imagine them trying to be on the front foot from the very beginning. In that case, a first half win for them is at 2.2. Is that something you could be looking at, Radek, in this Hoffenheim-Bochum?
And normally not my favorite bets, betting on half times, but as you said, it's interesting for sure. We know Hoffenheim is a good home team, and they should be the better team against Bochum, no question. Bochum was a tough enemy or tough opponent to play in the last season. But I think, they will also have problems in this season. And after the first game, Hoffenheim, has to make at least 1 point. And to start with an early goal could be a good option. So I like the first halftime win for Hoffenheim really much. And we can bet on this, because the odds on a win for Hoffenheim with 1.6 is too bad. The danger that Bochum shows a great game is still there. We are still at this early stage of the season, so we don't have a lot of information how the chemistry in the team is in this season and in these days, and that's why I don't spend too much money on each game. But in this game, betting on Hoffenheim first half is worth a try.
Perfect. So now, Radek, we move on to Leipzig, Cologne. A sour taste for Leipzig in their debut. Bundesliga player of the season, 𝐿𝐴𝐴 scored his first goal of this campaign, but it was not enough for his team to take all the 3 points in a 1-1 draw away to Stuttgart. Cologne did their homework properly, Radek. They were ruthless against the 10-man Schalke and went on to claim the 3 points with a 3-1 win. Radek, one question. Against Stuttgart, Leipzig had 9 corners. The corners market is something that you look at. You're not interested in that?
I like the corner market, especially in great tournaments like World Championships or European Championships, where we don't have a lot of data to compare teams. So I always have an assistant collecting data for me and analyzing odds on corners and on cards, and so to see which team is likely to get a lot of corners. And yeah, that is for sure very interesting. In the Bundesliga, I've never bet on corners,
right?
Because it's I think a bit harder, because it's not betting is not about being right. That's just a tip game. Betting is about beating the odds, and if the odds are not good enough, and then you can't win a lot. And in such markets like the Bundesliga, where there are way more data than in World Cups, it's hard to find good odds in this market. So long story short, I like corners, but I won't bet a lot on these in the Bundesliga. And as you said, they had a lot of corners. So what is obvious, they will get a lot of corners as well against Cologne, maybe. But same story can be they will hit the target more often, because they're playing at home now.
Yeah.
They have one of the best offense teams in the league. And so, yeah, I would say maybe this leads to a chance betting on over goals, as Cologne also is able to score goals, and the style of their coach is playing just directly to the goal and not focus too much on defending. So they collected a goal against Schalke, which is not a great achievement. But what I'm worried a bit about is that Leipzig only made 1 point against Stuttgart. So that was not impressive at the end. So, yeah, this can be an interesting game where both sides can score. The odds on both teams to score are 1.77. This is not bad. I like this. And the other bet could be over 3 goals. This is kind of high, but the odds are 1.9 or around 2. So I like both teams to score here more.
Perfect. So both teams to score on Leipzig, Cologne. Next one on our list is Werder Bremen, Stuttgart. I guess rather the bookies were impressed with Werder Bremen away draw with Wolfsburg, because they are now favorites with a 2.44 for a win at home against Stuttgart. Bremen was denied the 3 points in their debut only 6 minutes from the final whistle. Do you see the promoting team having better luck with Stuttgart, as at least the bookies on paper are placing them?
Yeah, they're playing at home now, and it seems like a good chance for them. We're really starting good into the season. The odds are not bad on Bremen. I would say if you want to bet on it, I would say 𝐜𝐴Z𝐧𝐷𝐿 on Bremen with odds around 1.6 is an option. To be honest, I think this is a draw, as some people in the comments know me as a draw man, because that's not because I'm always have no clue. It's because draws have the highest odds, and you have to find good chance probabilities and risk management. So if you have high odds, for sure the risk is higher, but you get more money. And that's why I like the draw here most, because we have 2 teams where we don't know how good they really are. Seems that Bremen was highly motivated on their first game day against maybe a big opponent like Wolfsburg, which is close to Bremen, which is kind of a North derby. Stuttgart, I think they might not be that highly motivated against Stuttgart. On the other hand, Stuttgart was made an impressive game in the first game day against Leipzig. So maybe they are also better than last year, where they had a lot of injuries, and now they learned their lessons maybe out of this season. That's why I won't say Bremen is the better team here, for sure not. And I don't know if Stuttgart is the better team. So in this case, the draw with 3.75 is the best option. And as I always do, I don't bet a full amount, a full unit on this, only as much to win 1 unit. And if your unit is 10 euro, you have to bet around 3 euro to win 1 unit, 10 euro with the odds of 3.75. And so, yeah, that's my style here.
Perfect. So a draw in that fixture. Now we move on to Schalke at home against Borussia Mönchengladbach. To be honest, Radek, I felt a bit bad for 𝐬𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵, the Gladbach left back, who scored a proper bicycle kick, not like the one from Messi, but no one talks about his bicycle kick from 𝐬𝐵𝐴𝐵 in the previous match. They're going to play in 𝐜𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿. Gladbach, of course, favorites for the bookies here with 2.3. Them scoring first is also not too bad at 1.8. How do you see this one unfolding? Schalke at home against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same situation we had on the first game day, where I was pretty sure that Gladbach will win this game and will show a better face than last year. And they did. And so I'm confident that they also will not lose at Schalke. The odds of 2.3 for Gladbach here against a new team in the league and one of the losers of the first game day, I don't understand the odds here, because I would say Gladbach deserves odds like 1.6 or 1.5. And for me, it's a clearer thing to bet on Gladbach than betting on maybe on Leipzig, which has odds of 1.5 on this game day. So that's pure value here. Betting as a single bet on Gladbach win 2.2 or 2.25.
Yeah.
And for me, maybe one of the best bets on this game day, betting on Gladbach Asian Handicap 0 or draw no bet for odds around 1.6. And I will combine this in my 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 for sure.
Perfect. So that was Schalke Mönchengladbach with good odds on Borussia. We have 2 more matches to go. We first have Mainz against Union Berlin. Union Berlin, Radek, who has already lifted the unofficial title of city champions, beating Hertha for a 4th derby in a row. The United States forward Jordan Pefok scored on his Bundesliga debut. He also scored last week on the German Cup. So it looks like the ex young boys player is becoming kind of a fan favorite. Mainz did the job against Bochum away. But are you not surprised with the odds on this one, with Mainz clearly favorites as well, with bookies placing them with 2.3?
Yeah, it's kind of a surprise for me as well. But yeah, that's because Mainz is a good home team, and Union Berlin has had problems in their away games last year. But anyway, this is not a Mainz win, or betting on Mainz is no option here, as Union Berlin surprised us in the first game. Not only that they won this game, which was kind of not that huge surprise, but like they did, they still playing really, really good football. And no matter that Max Kruse left the club last year, and no matter that some other players left the club, and so they are still a good team. And that's why it's, in my eyes, a good situation betting on Union Berlin, maybe double chance, and we get odds of 1.66 for double chance Union Berlin, and that's my bet here.
Perfect, double chance on Union Berlin. So now we arrive finally to the last fixture to hear your tips and predictions on match day 2, which is Bayern Munich at home against Wolfsburg. Radek, if someone goes to the Allianz Arena on Sunday and present the Bundesliga title to Manuel Neuer before the game against Wolfsburg. Could anyone feel that is a lack of respect to the other 17 teams? Anyway, jokes aside, the 6-1 demolition of Frankfurt was a proper statement, I believe, from Nagelsmann's team. A win for Bayern here, of course, at the lowest of 1.18. So what are you looking at here, Radek?
Yeah, nothing special because betting on a Bayern win is no option. Betting against Bayern is also no option. Betting on over goals is too dangerous. As on a good day, I would say Wolfsburg can make it close, like 2-1. On a bad day, they will lose with 4-0 or 5-0. So the bookies expect Bayern to win with 4-0 around because the line on over-under is at 4 goals, and that's too much to bet on. Betting on both teams to score is, in my eyes, the only thing I would place a little money on, because the odds are 1.8. And as we've seen in the last game, even against a team with no chance like Frankfurt, Bayern got a goal because they don't care, and it seems that they want to concede goals that for some reason I don't know. And I think Wolfsburg can score here. I don't like Wolfsburg too much, but on the other hand, they made 2 goals in the first game, and they have a coach now with 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, who knows Bayern Munich and who has something open bill and a revenge open. So maybe that can be a factor that Wolfsburg can score here. And the odds of 1.8 are good and better than speculating on Bayern Munich winning that high or that high and just win a little money, and on the other hand, risking a lot of money. That's not worth it.
Perfect. So that is both teams to score at 1.8 on Bayern Munich at home against Wolfsburg. So that was all the tips and predictions for Matchday 2 in Bundesliga. Before we go, of course, Radek, what's your safe bet and your ACCA for this Matchday 2, please?
Yes, as I said, my favorite bet, I won't call it safe bet, but my favorite bet on this game is on Borussia Mönchengladbach against Schalke, that Gladbach is not losing this game, and we get our money back if there's a draw. That is called Asian Handicap 0, or draw no bet, same bet, same odds most of the time, and the odds are 1.65, and this is my so-called favorite or safe bet. And I will combine this bet also with 2 others. And the other one is Borussia Dortmund, Asian Handicap 0 against Freiburg. So they will not lose in Freiburg. The odds are 1.6. And the last one I said is Union Berlin, double chance or Asian Handicap 0.5, that they will draw on or win at Mainz with odds of 1.66. And altogether, we get odds of around 4.2. And I'm confident that this is not the baddest thing. And let's have a look if it works out that good as on the first game day.
Fingers crossed for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Radek Vegas with all the inside tips, prediction for Matchday 2 in Bundesliga. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell for all the latest uploads. Radek, thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye. Thank you.